Hello, welcome to Astrology for the new moon in Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me. The new moon in Sagittarius, it is on November 29th. It's about 7:18 Eastern Time. It is at 7 degrees of Sagittarius, and the symbol, the Sabian symbol for this degree is that within the depths of the earth, new elements are forming or are being formed. So there's a sense of newness being formed from deep, deep within. And this particular degree is also aligned with the fixed star. And the meaning of the fixed star is it has a very protective symbolism. It is interested in protecting and defending people from enemies or catastrophes. So there's a protective element with this vibration of this new moon. And with it comes a desire for protection, but also a critical mind, being able to think deeply. Now remember, the vibration of the full moon, it takes the whole cycle until the next new moon in Capricorn. Now, from within that, there are plenty of other little aspects to consider, because this new moon is square Neptune. And if you had listened to any of my other recordings for November and how important it is to get in alignment with your spiritual principles, to get in alignment with that sense of grounding that you can do of whatever your personal spiritual practices are. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's listening, anything that brings you to that center of peace. Because Neptune was exactly conjunct the South Node, and so that's going back to the Neptune, that spirituality. The negative side of Neptune is feeling overwhelmed, feeling as if one is a victim of circumstances. And why I mentioned that before is because this new moon of Sagittarius is square Neptune. So it's even more, instead of being thrown into, oh, I don't know what to do next, I'm confused about things, who's going to protect me, that when you have your own spiritual wisdom, you'll be absolutely fine. And then this element of understanding and standing up, Sagittarius is, yes, of course, it's freedom. And in the United States, it just so happens to be that when the sun goes into Sagittarius, we have Thanksgiving week. It is the busiest travel time of the year. In the United States, at least for the airports, they always report these major busy times of highest traffic. And so there is this element, I want my freedom. And there is also this element of moving into more creativity and more fun with that Neptune vibration. Now, it's not all fun and games. Oh, maybe it is. You can make it all fun and games. But where Venus is, she's in Capricorn. And if that Venus in Capricorn wants respect, but she's vibrating at a particular degree that's connected to Pluto. And that's intensity. So there can be some deep intensity around relationships. And that, gosh, it's like, sometimes it's like, I want this. This is what's really important to me, focused. Now, Venus had been what's called out of bounds, so she was a wild card. And now Mercury is out of bounds. So this Mercury out of bounds energy is, Mercury's our thinking, it is the travel energy, because Mercury was the messenger of the gods, right? Went between the earth, the sky, and back. And think of airplanes. So there can be a lot of travel. It's indicative of a lot of travel, and also just a lot of conversations that are coming up. Now, the other element of this vibration for this new moon is that we have Pluto at 15 degrees of Capricorn, which has gone the halfway point of the Capricorn energy, right? Because there's 30 degrees in each sign. And this knowingness, now this is more on a global level, and I'll get more into that in another audio, of where are we going in terms of how things are changing within governments, within structures, within corporations. So this also can represent that some things may come up where things have been hidden, things have been secret, and they're now being revealed. Have a really joyful, oh, and there's one more thing. It's not exact, but it's coming into play. And that is a Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus vibration. And this energy will be that Jupiter, Pluto, Jupiter, Uranus will be what I'm calling in play all of 2017 on and off. Jupiter, this feeling of wanting to do something big. What else can I do? That's my big thing. And Jupiter, Uranus is freedom, right? And so there's a precursor this month with the new moon in Sagittarius, which of course wants freedom, is willing to speak up, what is my truth? And when we get into the Sagittarius cycle, right, the new moon in Sagittarius, sun in Sagittarius, it is a time to re-examine what our own personal truths are and to stay true to our truths. It's also a time to re-examine what our beliefs are and how our beliefs, what we think, can create a better world for us, or they can be problematic. You know, what is it that you really believe? What have you bought into? What have society says this, that, you need to be this, you need to be that, what about this, what about that? What have you just taken for granted as a belief? And is it really true? So this is a time for truth seeking. Yes, freedom, plan your travels, you could even dream about where you want to go next year, but it's about truth seeking. What is your own personal truth? What are your own personal beliefs? And when you get in touch with something like, wow, I always believed, I just took it for granted that I had to do this, or this was true, or that was true. And I don't want to live those beliefs. I don't want to live in, that's not going to be my own personal world. So that is the highest, when you grasp this, if you meditate, and you really are willing to go deep within, and Venus and Capricorn, what are my deep values? Venus, that I can stand on. Capricorn wants something to stand on. That vibration is vibrating with Pluto, wants to go deep with that. When you uncover any belief that is detrimental to your personal freedom, to your happiness, it can be amazing how it's like, wow, that's been running my life. I didn't realize it because it was in the background. But I'm not going to take that as a truth anymore. And so it is a lot, this time of being true to yourself and examining your personal truths, and by that which you want to live, which will bring you freedom of expression. Thank you for checking in, and a very happy Sagittarius new moon to you.